Howdy y'all, Stock Warden here, back with another video. And today we're looking at ASTS Space Mobile and how this space stock has now skyrocketed all the way to a new all-time high and bringing in a whole new breakthrough. As you can see, back whenever we had originally peaked on this stock, we were looking at a breakthrough at about $84 a share. Well, now that is no longer the case, along with a bottom end of roughly $60 a share as well. So now this stock has completely made huge waves and busted over their all-time breakout high of $102 a share, where if you come across and see where their original level was, they just completely busted straight through. And investors are going crazy over this stock right now for a wild number of reasons. And not only that, they are still pushing so heavy into this stock because now AST Space Mobile did exactly what I thought, and they secured a huge government contract with now their successful orbital launch of the Bluebird 6 spacecraft that happened in late December. They have now secured a spot with the Department of War and also for the government department as well in the U.S. government to be able to power multiple different communication lines, also for them to be contracted in to the Golden Dome process. So just as it stands right now, they are planning on having a deployment to have at least 45 to 60 satellites in orbit by the end of 2026. So they're all being built and tested in Midland, Texas, and they have full agreements with more than 50 different mobile network operators worldwide, still to this day, and they're all going to still connect directly to everyday 4G and 5G smartphones without any type of hardware changes. So let's get a little bit deeper into this Pentagon project. So this company building the first and only space-based cellular broadband network is going to be announcing, or actually they have already announced, that they were awarded this contract for the Missile Defense Agency Scalable Homeland Innovative Enterprise Layered Defense, or for short, AST Space Mobile has been awarded a contract from Shield. And this isn't the Marvel Universe, but they are definitely getting into that category. So that, and they also have Indefinite Enterprise Layered Defense as well for their Indefinite Quantity contract. So this contract encompasses a broad range of work areas that is going to allow for the rapid delivery of innovative capabilities to the warfighter with increased speed and agility. So not only have they jumped in on the Golden Dome project with their worldwide satellites that they're building and creating, but they're also going to be bringing in this IDIQ that they have that's going to bring in new innovative capabilities to the Bluebird 6 satellites to be able to make sure that the speeds and agilities are going to be completely unmatched for anything that we have, more or less taking the 5G ultra-wide broadband, which is so compressed and it's so much faster than anything else that we have as far as cellular data goes right now, and they're more or less going to supercharge that from the satellites in space, so then everything is practically in real time, no lag, hardly any ping whatsoever. So then you get automatic response immediately for, once again, the safety and security of getting into the Golden Dome project. So they've been looking at different areas and different ways to create a Golden Dome to have a early warning detection system across the world for any type of missile and or any type of large warhead launching. So, and Space Mobile going to be a worldwide satellite entity. There would be almost no one better to partner with, because with them having so much coverage in space over the Earth, they can cover the entire Earth at the same time. So it only makes sense that AST Space Mobile has been able to secure this massive contract with the government, and also to have, being brought into the Golden Dome strategy, they're getting all new people to also jump in with these satellites to be able to make them even better than what they already have. And that was kind of what they were talking about whenever they created the first Bluebird 6 that they just launched this past December, the new one of a kind. They said every single satellite that they launch from here on out is going to be a little bit better than the last one, because they're not just going to put up one product and send them all up over the course of a year and then have completely outdated satellites within a 10 years time frame. They're going to continue improving these satellites over and over again until the technology of our time theoretically runs out. But with them jumping into having the support for this U.S. missile defense modernization, engineering prototyping, spanning new researches, and also being able to emphasize this layered defense strategy with the United States for air, missile, space, cybersecurity, and hybrid threats, while also accelerating their adoption of commercial technologies for cell phone usage. It's just going to completely decimate and demolish everything that we've been doing when it comes to cellular device, and also going to be complete and total cellular communication. So honestly, AST is more or less trying to take Starlink and supercharge it so hard, where now the government's not really going too deep into Elon Musk's Starlink anymore, and they're putting more of their basis into Space Mobile now. Because if you go back and you kind of look at some of the new stuff that Elon Musk has done now that he's kind of back into the White House around Trump, it's more on the Tesla side of things and not so much on the Starlink side. So now everybody knows that Elon Musk has his hands in a whole bunch of different baskets, and AST Space Mobile has capitalized on the satellite service area. So I definitely can see this stock still continuing to do nothing but bolster and bull completely out of the water. I mean, I see the next couple of weeks just going straight into uncharted territory, my personal opinion on this. So, but they do have a couple of awkward thoughts on where they're believing that the stock is going to end up moving to. So because they have a couple of different people that have AST Space Mobile, like they have a B. Riley Securities where they've upgraded AST Space Mobile to a neutral instead of a sell, and they raised their target to $105 a share. That was on January 13th. Bank upgraded the sector to underperform with a price target of $45.60. But they also had them set at a perform target of $45.60 back in November of 2025. So with them continuing on the same price target from November on into January, it doesn't necessarily make any sense with how they're planning for an underperform, yet the market just cannot get enough of this company and the direction that it's going, especially now. They might have jumped the gun on their evaluation now that they have a government contract. So I see a bunch of new evaluations and new reports coming in here in the short now that they have secured this contract back on this past Friday. So AST Space Mobile is definitely bringing this stock to the stratosphere. Not only that, ever since they started, they are now up over 400% from a year's time. So that in itself is also an absolutely amazing thing as well. So definitely going to keep covering this stock, keep showing all the news on it, and I'm still buying. I don't know if you're still buying, but even though the stock has gained this much momentum, it's still liable to continue to go into the stratosphere. So I'm not selling out just yet, and I'm not ready to either. So hopefully y'all have gotten into this stock at a decent time and been able to produce well before this massive beholding has came through with the government contracts. So I hope y'all enjoy the videos. I hope y'all like all the content. If there's anything that I might have missed on AST Space Mobile, drop it down in the comments below. That, and also if there's a certain stock that you like and you hold, or that you might just want some more research on, drop it down in the comments below, because I'd love to be able to check out another wonderful stock that can be added to all of our portfolios in the community here on YouTube, and we can all grow together. So this is the Stock Warden riding off. Y'all come back now, you hear?